Oh, well, hello, hello, hello. We have Megan Small right on time. Man, you waited to the last second.
Girl, I sent myself the old link, so I kept going to our old chat and I was like, what the hell is going on? And then I went back to your message and I was like, oh my God. So I grabbed it and I came over. So that's what
Yay!
it's weird because I was like waiting and I was like, yes, I'm early for once. I can beat her. And then
You have been early. You're always pretty much early all the time. And you have to understand you're always a single mom, unlike other people.
you know what? It's been drilled to me since I was a kid that it's rude to be late and it's always better to be like 5 or 10 minutes earlier. So I've always grown up like that. So I've always just like, I hate being late. I find it as a form of disrespect towards the host, too.
Me too, me too. My daddy was always very strict with that. And also with my line of work, we were always like 10 minutes earlier.
Well, I'm sure your daddy, like my father, well, my father was like a military guy, right? So it's very like strict, 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 right? Like you had on time.
Yeah, 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 yeah. My dad was like that. I remember because of bad behavior, they transferred me from morning school to afternoon school, right? And
Mhm.
he was such an amazing guy because there was a cartoon thing called Candy. I don't know if you know that, Candy. And then
Mhm.
it was a problem for me because I finished school at 5 and Candy was at 4:30. And we're talking way back when VHS didn't even exist. So if you missed the episode, you missed the episode. So you didn't get to see Candy. So
Girl,
my
sorry, do you remember when we were younger, we would have to wait to the commercials to go pee really quick and then you have to run to watch the TV because you couldn't pause it back in the day?
I know. And it's so funny because my dad, bless his soul, may he rest in peace. What he did is he told the teachers that candy was twice a week,
Yeah.
Mondays and Wednesdays. So he told the teachers that I had to leave around 3:30 because I had to go to the doctor. That way,
Mhm.
he could come and pick me up and drive me back home so I can watch Candy. Isn't it
I
nice?
don't you just love those memories? I was just thinking about that. I think it was a few nights ago because my little one was like, Mom, he was watching his favorite cartoon. He's like, pause the TV. I have to go pee. And I was just like, oh my God, like back in the day, I didn't get to pause the TV.
No, I know, and I'm gonna tell you something. This is really funny, guys. Okay, don't shame. You may think that you're serious people. One of my dearest high school buddies. This is way back. We're talking 1984, 19. Yeah, when VHS came to Nicaragua, because I was going to the private school here, and we were all there. And this guy, this friend of mine in high school, he ended up going to Mensa. Mensa is one of the
Yeah.
top schools in the United States. I mean, he is
Super
incredibly
smart.
smart.
Yeah.
But what happened is we'd never seen VHS. And back then we have cassette for music that you took it out and you turned it around and you play
Yeah.
other thing, right?
Yeah.
So we went to see a movie, which was VHS. And then Rodrigo, he took it out and he was trying to flip it over to see if there was a movie on the other side.
Girl, I remember having to use a pencil to have to wind my cassette tapes because they would get like jumbled in the player. And then remember, you'd have to pull out the middle and then you'd rewind it back. I'd use a pencil to kind of get it to go
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah. When you
Those
had a
memories
boy
are
that called Molly, when you had a boy that liked you and he would call you, there's no answering machine. If he called you, you missed the call if you were not there, so you would rush to
Uh, I didn't have boys calling me. Growing up in my house, there were no boys allowed to call my house with my parents. Are you
Well, they
kidding?
weren't my boyfriends or anything, but they would call and we'd talk for
No, no,
hours.
no, 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 no. My parents were so strict. No boys. Nuh-uh. Girl, my parents were so strict with me. I mean, it's their culture, right? Like, what is girl like me who should be focused on their studies doing, getting phone calls from boys? Like I said, my dad was a military guy, right? There's no men, no boys calling.
No, oh no,
I
no, in my household either. But it was so funny, I was thinking about it because I remember my dad, they would come and ask my father if I could go to the dance at school dance. And there were like 8 people coming with my buddies. It wasn't just one guy would come, even if it was Silvio, who was my best buddy. My dad knew him since we were kids, and there was nothing romantic, but it just was unseemly. So
Yeah.
I remember it would be Silvio, La Maria Paula, like it would be like a group of people coming to borrow me. I don't know if that's how you say it in English. Ask if I could attend the dance, with all of them. It was so adorable.
No, we didn't have that. Like, obviously, if I was back home and we didn't immigrate, it would have been a different story, right? But no,
Yeah.
my parents, they were very protective. They just wanted us to keep our heads in the books and just study. And I wasn't allowed to be out on school nights past 8 p.m. Like, I had to be at home. That's it. Right. Look, Charisse. He even says no boys at my house ever. My dad was a 6'4" WW2 Marine, and I couldn't get dates. They feared him. Yeah, my dad, nobody would come near. Yeah.
And neither with my dad. My dad was a bodybuilder.
Mm-hmm.
It,
Well,
it
there you
didn't.
go.
Yeah, but and he was huge, super tall, and people thought he was mean, but because he had an angry face, but he was the sweetest man.
Yeah.
He was so nice to me and
Their
everything.
faces look angry. Our fathers' faces look angry because they have seen things and gone through things in their lives that we haven't gone through, like them going through fighting in the war and things like that. Our generation, we didn't see that. We didn't fight in wars and things like that, right? Like they did.
Well,
I
I saw
mean,
wars here in Nicaragua. I did.
oh
So
yeah, of course. But like their faces show the experiences in their lives that they've been through. Like they lived hard lives back then. I mean,
yeah,
it's tough
yeah.
now, but should we talk about this absolute which one do we want to start with?
I don't
Should
know.
we
You lead. You're the one who leads the whole thing here,
Well, first
always.
of all, my brain is starting to explode because do you notice the momentum that is picking up with people talking about the Sussex baby scam and Megan's fraudulent pregnancy on X and everything? People are starting to speak about it more. And I'm like, hello, I've been yelling about this forever.
You know what? I gotta. You're absolutely right. You know that people even tell me on my channel because I've done quite a few videos, and
Yeah.
they tell me, "Oh, shut up, shut up." You're so boring about this. So then I started getting yesterday and today. Oh, so and so is talking about that Megan might not have carried the baby. Did you see that? And I'm like, should I block this person? Or clearly they don't watch my channel and nor yours. That you have mumbology.
Yeah. Yeah. I
It's
mean,
quite insulting.
the thing is that obviously I had to wipe all the videos off YouTube, but I have them all backed up onto Rumble. So I think I might just start sharing them from there because I covered all these. And let's be honest, I've got to give credit where credit is due. Yankee Wally was the first person who brought up
Absolutely.
this whole thing. And the only reason that I'm so focused on this moon bump thing is that I feel like I need to carry the torch for Yankee Wally also. And being that I've experienced pregnancy, I think I have a right to speak on this fraud that Megan is perpetrating on the public,
Yeah. I've been
right?
talking about it all along, and I don't understand. But yeah, I started because of Yankee Wally too.
Yeah.
Well, I started because I said, I didn't mean to start, to tell you the truth. I'm talking shit right now because I didn't even know I had uploaded that thing that I was talking about. But then once I got started talking, I'm like, oh, people are listening. So, but yeah, to me, I've been shocked, and people have trashed me. You're conspiracy theories, and I'm like, no, I'm asking very legitimate questions. Why is it
Mhm.
so wrong? And you know what? In the press, they're still doing a crappy job because they're not making a big scandal about Meghan Markle and Harry. He's not presenting the doctor's signature, and that the doctors in LA suddenly quit and left.
Yeah. Well, you know that she started up her business again, right? She's quietly practicing again. I found out.
What?
She's opened up another clinic, but she's done it under the radar and hasn't made such a big like stink about it so people don't like what? What?
The doctor, yeah.
The
Yeah,
lady,
doctor,
yeah,
the
you
lady
know,
doctor.
yeah. She's
Yeah.
reopened a practice, but it's somewhere else, and she's done it quietly so that she doesn't get any attention. And I found out.
Yeah,
So,
because she got in trouble with her patients.
well,
'Cause
yeah,
she
because
quit
out of
suddenly without
nowhere,
giving them notice.
yeah, and these were pregnant patients. These were patients that were about to have children, and you're all of a sudden closing down your practice. Most doctors would usually get another doctor in place before they up and left. But she was in such a rush to shut her doors down. And her husband actually deals in, do you know what he deals in?
I know I remember reading something about it.
He deals
It's
with
in vitro or
IVF.
something like that.
Yep, there you go. Yep,
He does in vitro. He has like a clinic or something like that, that
yep,
he basically helps couples to have children or gets surrogates and stuff like that.
yep, yep.
Yeah, I did a video. I've done so many videos, and every time I have asked for a copy of the birth certificate of
Yeah.
Lily, I always do a video, and I always show the answer.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
But what do you
Um,
make about this, that about everything? And I miss Wally.
I do
It,
too.
is it that she really can't come back?
Well, every time I see people saying, "Why doesn't Wally start another channel?" Every time she's tried to come back to YouTube, they have instantly terminated her channel. She's tried so many times to start a new channel after that, that the Sussex Squad, and I don't know if they had someone connected. Because remember Misan Harriman when he was going after the Sidley twins recently? He was like, I'll just contact someone, a senior management at YouTube, and have them deal with you guys. Right. So I feel like there was someone there still like pulling the strings back there. Because why I say this also is that with this whole Sussex baby scam starting to like make headway again, I notice that whenever Harry and Meghan start getting busy, my Twitter account and my YouTube account start getting suppressed. So if you look at my X account and if you look at my
Same here.
YouTube account, yeah, what happens is that you will see a large drop in my engagement. So I had posted a video on YouTube on March 30th, which had gotten nearly 70,000 views. And from April 1st, I posted another video which didn't even crack like 15,000. I posted one last night and it's barely cracking 20. So I feel like whenever Harry and Meghan are starting to like ramp up their PR and get out into public, I feel like our accounts get suppressed. The ones that are the Megxit, not I don't even want to call us Megxit, the YouTubers that are the ones that are holding Meghan's feet to the fire and actually questioning her on the truth, and we want the truth instead of like whatever bogus BS that they want to peddle. I feel like we're the ones who always get more suppressed. Am I like,
Yeah, you know what? It is true, because whenever I do videos about her kid or stuff like that, or certain
yeah,
topics, I barely get over 10,000 views. And I don't get it because the click-through rate is high, incredibly high. But I only have like 11,000 views when I do the videos about the
yeah,
kids.
yeah.
Barely like that. And
Mhm.
I see it in YouTube, because I use mostly YouTube. This is why I want to move to Facebook, because I gotta tell you, I've been really shocked, Molly.
Mhm.
On Facebook, I mean, as long as you're not talking hardcore politics, you're cool,
Yeah,
you know, and you
yeah,
have entertainment. So I'm starting to do more lives and stuff. This is why you should follow me there, guys. It's free. But I love how easy it is. And the great thing about it is that they have to have an account. So if they're a sugar, you can block it, you can see.
yeah, yeah.
So you
I
actually
feel
do get proper people.
I'm reading the comment section and everyone's talking about Wally. And I feel like, you know what it is? I feel like Wally just got tired of being constantly harassed and bullied. I feel like she's had enough of it because she went through a lot. I mean, this is just my opinion, but I feel like Wally was tricked by someone in the Sussex squatty and was sent that fraudulent link that she clicked where they emptied out her bank account. Did you remember that?
No, to tell you the truth, I remember I used to follow her, I used to watch her all the time, because
Yeah,
especially in Norway, I couldn't sleep. So
yeah,
she would be really late at night, so I get up and I listen to her.
yeah,
And then suddenly, even now, I'm unaware of all the huff and puff. I know that somebody sent me that Bozy was calling me out on Twitter, but then he
yeah.
blocked me, right? So, but otherwise, I wouldn't even
So
know.
I've seen I was there from the minute Boozy started like zoning in on her. Like, I witnessed everything, and so did a lot of other people. And there was a lot of times that a lot of people said, look, just leave it alone, like stop responding to him. And I understand completely why she does, because this guy just sits behind his computer and just peddles a false narrative constantly. He's done it to me many, many times. He's done it to me where he just sits behind the computer and just throws out these false accusations and allegations about you. Like, he claimed that I was Heidi Fleiss. He claimed I run a brothel. He claimed that he's gotten my Twitter account suspended twice. I think you remember when he was like, she's going to be permanently gone from the platform. And poof, here I am again. I'm still here. Right? Boozy did the worst things. I mean, Wally only had YouTube. That was her communication with people. That was how she would talk with us. And she had an amazing fan base who loved her. And what they did to her, the way that they treated her, the way that they would constantly send the police to her house,
Yes.
they would Boozy would call the Met Police and tag the Met Police in his posts, claiming that Wally, and he would always put out her full name, where she was harassing him. I mean, you're doing the same goddamn thing you've been doing to her he did it to her for almost a year and a half, until it was like, that's enough. I remember she literally had a panic attack when they took down her channel, and they were all happy about it. And it was because we told her, I hate to say it, but we did warn her, don't talk to Ellie Hall. Ellie Hall got in contact with her, and we all told her, don't talk to Ellie Hall, but she trusted Ellie Hall. And that was what put the boot in her to her channel, because Ellie did that interview with her, spun it in the Sussex Squad and Megan's favor, contacted YouTube, and then they got her entire channel suspended. But like, why? Because Wally was the one to bring up Megan's fake pregnancies, the fact that she wasn't pregnant. Wally was like in on that. She was zoned in. And I feel like I have to keep talking about these pregnancies to vindicate Wally. I feel like she needs to be vindicated. And I hope she's watching us and seeing that everything that we're doing is for her, so that she can feel vindicated by this. I don't know.
Well, if you know how
Sorry,
to
I
get
went
in
on
touch
a rant.
with her, if you know how to get in touch with her, Molly, maybe she'll like to
I
join the royal mess.
I have her WhatsApp. I've messaged her, but she hasn't responded back since like October of last year.
Yeah, I wonder if she's
So she's okay. I know she's okay, but I know that she's the type that likes to have her space too. So she knows that like everyone still thinks about her, but I feel like the amount of bullying and abuse that she faced by that degenerate prolapsed anus looking Boozy was like, it
how you
was,
feel about it, Molly.
huh?
Tell me how you really feel about it.
Oh my God, I cannot stand that wanker. I cannot stand. Like, if
Wanker.
any reporters want to talk about him, just bring up Chabella Chan. That's it. Go look into Chabella Chan.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you something
Yeah.
because
Oh,
um
wait, hold on. Jamba says that she just messaged her 2 days ago.
and did she
Yeah,
answer? Because you know what? She gave me a shout out. You know what, Molly? Not very
yeah,
many people give me a shout out in their channels.
I know. I
And
know.
she gave me a shout, even people that I given a shout out. I'm not talking about you, but other people,
Mhm.
they never do. They just come into my channel and then they take off and then they never come back, whatever it is. But the people say, oh, you don't want to have them back. I do, but they don't want to come back, so there's nothing I
Uh,
can do.
I
But
know.
she gave me a shout out, and she
Yeah.
like a few times, and she was very kind to me that way. I never talked to her directly, but she gave me a few shout outs, and people started seeing my channel. I was like, wow,
Mhm.
and I was so thankful. And I would of course give her a shout out and say, you know what, I just saw this from Yankee. Did you, like stuff like that. And it's too bad I didn't get to talk to her. But if ask her if anybody can get a hold of her, she wants to do the Molly, maybe she would like to come to the Royal Mess on Friday. That'd be really cool.
I'll ask her. I'll send a message to her WhatsApp and see if she even opens it. I'll reach out. I'll send it, but I feel like she's just pulled back from just all the drama and BS, because that what they did to her it's traumatizing. It's like, I would never want to come back to the internet after having what they did to her.
All the
And
threats
for
she got
what?
and
And
everything.
for what? Just because she was sharing her opinions on Meghan Markle? Just
Yeah,
because she was sharing the truth that Meghan Markle was never pregnant? I mean, let's be honest, she wasn't. And I
yeah.
feel like now that everyone is speaking about the Sussex baby scam, there's a there's a woman, I forget her name. I love her channel, The Vintage Read or something
Oh
like that.
yeah, I like her. I like her. Yeah. Mhm.
So she recently, I think it was earlier today on X, she posted about how she thinks Harry's recollection of Meghan giving birth and how it took less than 2 hours was very strange. And guess what? A reporter who follows me picked it up and quote tweeted her. So it's like people are starting to talk about it. And I feel like, yeah, maybe I should start sharing my videos from Rumble onto X so that people can see like all this BS under our
Isn't
noses.
it funny? Isn't it funny? Because we've been talking about the same thing, right? Remember
Yeah.
how many videos we've done? I've done so many videos on that. I like saying, you know what? Why isn't the and I even tag them, on my X account, or even
Mhm.
when I do my videos on YouTube, I tag the Daily Mail and I ask them, why aren't you asking about this?
Yeah.
Look at my maybe nobody looks at my tweets, but it's I just want to say the housekeeper. I'm doing that thing because I have to get her AI voice, so they won't recognize who she is, and it's taking a little bit longer than what I thought. So I will be having that. So yeah, but you know what? In many ways, sometimes I feel like, should I bother doing videos, because clearly nobody's listening to it, because everybody, oh, did you see that she said that I've been quoting, and you have been talking to people, like
Mhm.
we don't believe it.
Yeah.
Here's the screenshot of the video of the email I got from the people
Yeah.
there. Why aren't the newspapers asking?
To me, I don't care about like who, like I see a lot of people fiddling back and forth on X like, hey, I put out that information first, you didn't listen and now you're sharing it. And look, at the end of the day, I don't care as long as the information gets out. Because I
Oh,
see
me
a lot
neither.
of,
But the problem is, Molly, the problem is that I get people. I'm gonna send you the comments I
I
get
know, I've seen it. They send you a lot of hate messages. Look, I get
saying,
it
"Oh,
too.
why are you copying so and so?" And I'm
Yeah,
like, I've been talking about this. And this is what bothers me, because then they start saying and repeating it online, and it's like
yeah,
something that catches fire, that
yeah.
I'm copying, or I'm stealing stuff from them, and that's not a good thing.
Yeah. I feel like as long as there is a spotlight being put on the issue, that's all that matters. Because I see people making moon bump videos now, and it's exactly the same as like the moon bump videos I made. But I don't care as long as people are starting to wake up to the fact that, look, we've been screaming about this forever. And yeah. But like, look at this. Like, this clearly, that video of her saying that clearly is a bump. That's like
Absolutely.
it's a prosthetic. You can tell. That's not like yeah, I fuck the camera while you're at it too. Like look at it there. It just completely you can
Yeah.
see it from the top to the bottom.
And even the boobs are fake, because when you have like that, guys, then her boobs disappear. Suddenly she would be the next day without boobs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, and they're so even. And like, I have big boobs. I mean, I don't, I hate to say, but I really have boobs, And even when I have something, they don't look like that. They're
I'm
so
gonna
unnatural. You can
do
even
you see
fake
that?
boobs.
Do you see my avatar? I've just changed it.
Where is it?
That's that's what she's wearing underneath. That's
It's
exactly what
disgusting.
she is wearing underneath. That is a prosthetic moon bump. Look at my avatar, friends. I've just changed it to one of the prosthetic moon bumps that I've purchased. That is what she is wearing underneath. And even if you scroll down a bit further, I have more like photos just like how is this? Do you want
Oh
to talk
man,
about
Molly,
this?
I wanted to tell you about this video.
Yes, let's go.
You know that she came in there, right? And most of the kids are Latinos.
Yeah.
So they started speaking Spanish, and she
Yeah.
completely ignored them because she didn't understand anything they were saying.
But I thought she could speak Spanish.
No, 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 no. She speaks Argentinian.
No, but she has what? She speaks
It's
Argentine.
Argentinian she speaks. I mean, do you have the whole thing here?
Yeah.
They would speak Spanish when they enter the kid first. You don't have the one where the kids are entering, do you?
No, I think someone else has that. I just made it shorter.
Yeah. This is
I'm
Andy Cohen, right?
heartbroken by the news. We've been off the air for a week. I just want to say I am heartbroken by the news about Princess Kate. And I think someone on Sky News called me a numpty during that whole conversation,
And they were right. They were right.
they were right. And they were right. And of course, I wish I had kept my mouth shut. And we are all praying for Princess Kate. We've been off the air for a week. I just want to say I am heartbroken by the news about Princess Kate.
I mean,
Ah,
he's
shut the hell up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. If you were sorry, number one, you would say the words, I am sorry. And if you were actually genuine in your apology, you would address her as Catherine or the Princess of Wales, not Princess Kate. Who the hell is Princess Kate? I don't know Princess Kate.
not only that, Molly, also, oh, it was 1 week off the air, but he was active in his social accounts. He could have issued an
Were his
apology.
thumbs broken? Were his thumbs broken? Were his thumbs stuck up someone else's butts that he couldn't tweet out the same way that he tweeted out that ain't Kate? He could have said something then, but no, he waited. I did a video on this. He waited until he was back on the air to get some clicks and some engagement and using her name to draw people to listen to his bullshit. That's what it was all about. These fools have no problems piling on a woman who asked for a little bit of privacy, who got some of the most devastating news a mother to 3 young children could ever receive. And they don't have the same tenacity to even say the words, I am sorry. You know what? Piss off with your apologies. You are not heartbroken. You don't give a shit. I hope Andy Cohen never ever gets the kind of news he gets, because he has young children also. And how would he feel if everyone just piled on him during that time? Like,
Yeah,
shut
they're
up.
sorry. They're not sorry that what they said. They're angry
No.
about the backlash that things created.
Exactly. If Catherine never came out with that cancer diagnosis,
Oh, it would have been
nobody would have
nothing.
said anything. But can we go back to the hospital outfit and what she's wearing? Because
Oh, yeah, I have it here. I have it here. Wait, I have it here. I have it here because
we
I
were
want
looking
to
at
show you.
this.
I want to show you something. Stop share here, and I want to show you this because I actually pulled up the pictures, because we can start with this one here. I don't know what do you think, but let's start with this one. What do you think, Mega Small?
I was thinking that Megan wore that dress to the hospital outing, and the same hair and the same greasy looking weave with the ugly flats that make her big feet look even bigger. I said, with those flats she was wearing, she looks like she could be a distant relative of Bigfoot. Really. Like, for someone who's got big flippers like she does, you would think you would wear shoes that make your feet look a little bit smaller than they are. Not like they look like they're in scuba gear. Like, those feet are freaking massive. But anyways, I thought that she wore that dress to get the search engine on Google and stuff to stop bringing up this photo, so that whenever you search that dress or whatever she's wearing, that the most recent outing of her in that dress comes up, and that this photo no longer comes up in the search engines.
Yeah, that's exactly. And let me show you this, because we're going to show you that we're going to go back to your thingy. Don't worry. But this is her shirt, all torn.
So gross. She has no respect for anyone. Zero respect. It's just all about her and her agenda to push whatever propaganda she wants out into the public. You know what? Meghan Markle, I've always said she should be called Meg Jong-un, because she thinks that she loves to spread propaganda.
And not only that, remember that what was it, that the wife of that Chinese or dictator, that she was a failed actress, and then when she married him, she killed everybody pretty much.
I forget the name.
Yeah, but I did a video about that too.
Yeah.
That she's exactly like her with a little bit of power. She would be that. So let's look now at the outfit, guys. Here.
This is, I mean, you know what makes me absolutely sick about this? You can see how uncomfortable she is around children who are in wheelchairs, who have like visible disabilities. If you I should pull up the footage from when she was at Invictus and when she ignored that child in the wheelchair and didn't even make eye contact with them
She
or
just
any.
took a picture with it, Kyla. Remember, she just went like this, and then the
Yeah.
picture, and then she took
Yeah.
off.
She did the same thing with the first child, not this one, the next one. Watch. She just looks, if you make the footage bigger, you'll see she doesn't even interact. She walks right here. Shakes. Oh,
What the hell did I do? Wait a second. I went small. I hate technology.
it's all good,
You
girl.
see, no, I hate technology. Let me get that here because you have it here. No, that's not okay. Here, that's it, right? So I expand it here.
Like, just touches on the shoulder.
The little girl, did you see she keeps her arms like this?
Yeah.
She doesn't reach out.
Yeah. Like,
Look at the little girl. She's not like embracing her or anything like they hug Catherine, you know? Why is she writing autographs?
she's autographing Polaroids.
What's wrong with this woman?
She's
I mean, seriously.
autographing Polaroids for sick children. I bet you that was her donation to them. I
Yeah,
bet you
because you know, this hospital, this LA hospital is very wealthy.
Yeah.
It's where the celebrities, all the celebrities are from the Real House of, because I remember this thing because I've seen it in the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, you know. And what's his name? What's her name? The one that goes to the one that used to be married to Mauricio.
Kyle.
Kyle, she always goes there. And I
Yeah.
think I've seen a couple of the Kardashians there too, because they always go there. It's the go-to to feel good. Why didn't she go to a poor Black hospital?
We know why. We know exactly why.
Nobody ever treated me like I was Black.
I mean, I find the
Where
fact
the
that
fuck did the belly go? Can I ask you? Look, I mean, I kid you guys not. Look at this.
go to the very first one. Go to the very first picture because this is when she was arriving. Okay.
I swear the belly, isn't it?
Number one, this is when she was arriving and there's like nothing there, right? Go to the next photo. This is like 10 minutes later when she's in
He pumped
the
it up.
engagement. Look at that thing. Where did that baby come from? Where did it come from?
And look at the skinny legs. When you're this big up here, guys, you're swallowing that here.
You have water retention.
No two ways about it.
Yeah, you do. She never, like, her boobs never change size. And then all of a sudden she can bend down with her knees together, mind you. You can see her knees are together. I know that the Sussex squad are like passing around a photo of Catherine kind of semi bent over. And they're like,
She
well,
couldn't bend over all the way. This is when she's getting out of the I know it's a church service, and she tried to bend down, but she couldn't do it. She
Yeah.
just went a little bit, but
Well,
she
it
didn't.
wasn't even
She
that.
never
They're
squatted
also
over.
using two different pregnancies. The first photo that they use of Catherine is of her in a white coat, and that was like when she was first pregnant with George. And then they compare it to like a second pregnancy with Charlotte, and they're trying to claim it's the same one. But yeah, like we see through all their bullshit, right? I
Yeah.
have the jiggly moon bump video. I think I should just put together a compilation again.
Yeah, you
What do
should put it on X. You should put it on X.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. My phone that I have, I just upgraded my phone. So I'm waiting for a new phone to come because my phone only has 64 gigabytes to it.
Is
And
that
like
little? That's the little.
it's very, very little. So last night I was starting to get annoyed because I'm using all the storage in it. And
Did you
I'm
buy cloud?
yeah, I do. I do. I have it all. But still, I needed a new phone because I had an iPhone 10. I needed to get something new. I'm one of those, I get my phone and I use it until I like run it into the ground or until there's like absolutely no
Me
more
too.
space in
And I
it.
hate it. I hate changing because I'm dyslexic, and then it's learning a whole new thing.
Mhm, mhm.
It's
Yeah.
it's a nightmare for me. I'm 55, Molly. So
Knock wood. You're doing a lot better than most 55-year-olds. Be
no, I
thankful.
know. I'm saying in regards to technology. I
Hey,
mean,
you're still doing, like I said, you're still doing a lot better than most 55-year-olds. Oh, these are the fun tweets I made about Christopher Boozy. Remember when he claimed that he used technology that he was developing to determine the person operating my account had several other accounts, but not true.
ay, qué pajita.
His technology is his big ass Dumbo ears. That's what.
From a basement somewhere. We knew she would deny it. They always do. This is her other now deactivated anti-Megan Twitter account. So
Yeah.
this random person who just happens to sound like Megan Small also had an anti-Megan Twitter account. Just stop. You got caught.
Yeah, like he's so dumb. He's so dumb. And then he says she doesn't have a toddler. She is married. Yeah. The narrative that she is a single working mom is fiction. This is important because she used a fake story about herself while soliciting donations. She purposely tried to disguise her voice to deceive people sending her money. I mean, this is all straight deflection of the highest order because this is what Chris Boozy does. And then he claimed that I was someone named Fame
Oh, Fame
Vixen.
Vixen. She used to be on YouTube. I wonder what happened to her. She used to appear with her husband. If I'm not, if I'm,
Well, that's the thing. People like you know who Fame Vixen is, and this idiot is telling people that I am her. And then Queen Gertie, who obviously knows who I am and what I look like, was like, no, it's not her. Like, he's such an idiot. And
yeah,
anyways,
I remember Fame Vixen. She even looked like my eyebrows and stuff. And she used to appear with her. Here we go.
I put this up and I'm still waiting for people to prove me wrong. I have said,
Look at
Megan,
this. Oh my God.
can you see? Even the dog doesn't want anything to do with her. Look, the dog even is onto her nonsense. Next
City
one.
would bite her skanky ass in no time.
Look at this. I put, help me. The poor dog wants nothing to do with her. Look, and where this is the video I have. I should put up that video because you can hear the pop in her moon bump.
Oh, we've seen it. Yeah, we've seen it.
Yeah, but I should just recirculate it all.
Yeah, you should do that too, of course, and send me ones that you want me to. As soon as you put them up, I'll
Okay.
retweet them.
Yeah,
But
sure.
I wanted to ask you, what did you think of Andrew and Fergie? I mean, we can agree to disagree. You probably were happy that they were front and center there.
No, I don't. You know what? Andrew and Fergie are just a couple of mess. And to be honest, welcoming them back into the family so publicly just makes the royal family look weak. And it makes me think that is Charles trying to open the way for Harry and Meghan to come back by letting back Andrew and Fergie? Because let's be honest, what have Andrew and Fergie done for the monarchy besides leech off of the royals since their divorce?
You know what people say? You know what people say, Molly? Oh, but they never spoken ill of the monarch or the queen or yes,
they
they do.
Yes,
they have.
We need to, you know what it is? It's because people have short memories when it comes to this kind of stuff. And there are people now who are just looking into the royal family when they never used to pay attention to the royal family. People don't know that Fergie went and sat down with Oprah and was making fun of the queen having to use heaters in her palaces. She's like, oh, they're so dark and cold because they're
And
too
cheap.
And yeah, like get real.
Do you remember when she was not invited to Prince William's wedding? She
Mm-hmm.
went on Oprah and she said, oh, I can't believe they didn't invite me. I wanted to be there with my girls. I wanted to dress my girls. And I'm like, bitch, how can you go and shame somebody because you were not invited? You're divorced.
Hello, your girl showed up with 2 ugly ass hats that day. Are you kidding? You would have been the third one wearing an ugly ass hat too.
And you know what? Never mind that they didn't say anything bad. Their actions were horrible. Mm-hmm. Fergie selling access for cash for access. Yeah. And I don't know if you remember this. The Queen had gifted Andrew a huge mansion in the center of London. And then when they got divorced, he didn't have the cash and the mansion went in disrepair and stuff like that. They had it on the market like for 10 years or something, more than that, for 14 million pounds, 14 or 15 million pounds. And you know that Andrew got that ambassador thing for trade envoy, right?
Yeah.
He went on one of his trips to Kazakhstan or one of those places. And after that trip, one of those how do you say it? People from there, those billionaire oligarchs,
Yeah,
bought
yeah.
his dilapidated home millions above the asking price.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the actions that they've done have brought more disrepute to the royal family than just talking badly of them,
Yeah.
because it's like, when somebody's punching you, oh, but they're doing it with a smile. So that's okay,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And you know what's really terrible? It's my opinion that they're doing this very cleverly, Molly, because if you look at Andrew and Fergie were nowhere near the coronation, nor the
Yeah.
concert or any of the festivities. But what do? They bring them for Christmas church service.
Look, I don't care if Andrew and Fergie want to be part of the family, but keep them public. The public don't want to see them. The public don't care for them. And Fergie always has the most fricked up facial reactions. Like her mouth is always open like I don't know if she's doing that just like I know she's eccentric. I know she's out there. She's quirky, people say, but come on. You can't control your facial reactions out in public when the world's media and photographers are out there photographing you.
She's just too Dickie Arbiter. I can actually point it that like that. Let me show you. I think Dickie Arbiter has that.
I
So
think I posted under Dickie's post about that too. Yeah, pull it up.
yeah, because he here it is. Because he was like, why does she have to look like everybody else looks normal?
I just don't understand. Like someone else said, Andrew and Fergie aren't even married, but yet is Fergie still leeching off of the royal family and getting all the benefits since 1996? Look at this.
And you know what really bothers me? Oh, but she worked really hard to get herself out of debt, the very same debt that she got herself into.
Yeah, that's her own fault.
Yeah, and by the way, the only reason why she got out of debt was because she had been selling cash for access because she got caught. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But not only that, Epstein gave her at least $15,000 that we know of, at least one of the times that she admitted, and she apologized for it. So she was using her title to get favor, exploiting the title for people to give her money. I mean, she was selling books. She was on Oprah. She was on Weight Watchers as the Duchess of York. And this woman, the reason why she's able to save is because she has been living off the royal lodge. She hasn't moved from there. She doesn't pay rent. She doesn't pay electricity. She doesn't even, I mean, if this woman had to pay her bills like we all do, she wouldn't have been able to get out of that. And if she didn't have access to exploiting that title, because the only reason why they gave her any business, just like Meghan Markle, is that she used that title. Because nobody cared about Sarah Ferguson.
Yeah. No,
And she makes it hard. You know why, Molly? You know why it makes me upset? Because she makes it hard because now people are calling out Meghan Markle. But they say, oh, but it's okay for Fergie. Well, no. Oh, but Fergie has never said anything bad. She said she loved the Queen. So did Meghan.
Mm-hmm.
Publicly, Meghan says the Queen was fabulous.
Go to the other photos. See, the thing with Andrew is that, like, I don't care. Andrew and Fergie want to join the family for these functions. I don't care. Go ahead. But the issue is that Andrew always loves to run to the forefront like he is leading the family. Like he can't read the goddamn room. Can you go into Dickie's post there about that? I want to see if my post comes up underneath it. Yeah, there we go.
It's so funny. But you know what really bothers me? That they were there at the invite of Charles, because people say, oh, but that's the Christian thing to do. So you know why it bothers me? Because they're cleverly putting Andrew in church ceremonies. So they're associating his image and Fergie's with holiness. Oh, but Fergie has cancer. So many murderers also have cancer. Many crooked people have cancer. It doesn't make them less crooked. You know what I mean? Less of crooks. But they're associating their image with holy, with a church mass. And I even heard some YouTubers said, oh, well, that's a Christian thing to do. In other words, if we call it out, we're not Christians.
So
you know what I mean?
thing to do is to let a snake that's already bitten you multiple times back into your home to bite you again.
No, and not only that.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
They can have them, but they can go and they can be in the privacy of their own. They could have come in through the side.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. When Andrew was leading the royals in during who was it? the previous event to this? Remember, he was walking at the very front, like he was leading the royals in. Was it the
Church.
Yeah. So
And
Camilla,
Christmas church.
Camilla came in through the side entrance. She didn't make the big like huff and puff and walk through at the very front. She went through a side. That's what Andrew and Fergie should have done.
And not only that, when they were leaving, they had to tell Fergie to get the fuck out of there because she was like, I'm here, I'm here. Like she thought that they were there to see her. Really,
Her behavior is very like, okay, you've got quirky and then you got fucking weird. And Fergie is effing weird. Like she doesn't know how to behave in public. Like you have been exiled from the family for over 20 years. They're finally allowing you to come back and to join them. And you can't even show like a little bit of humility. Like you're happy to be there. Like show a little bit of class and decorum.
Getting quick.
Yeah. Like, don't make a big fuss about it. Like, don't be the person to draw the most attention to yourself. But that's what
One
she
of
does.
my subscribers says that they were grandstanding.
They were. They definitely were.
But they were there, let's not forget, at the invite of Charles.
Yeah.
Because she's very good friends with Camilla.
I know people get upset at us talking about Charles, especially right now that he has cancer. But just because you have cancer doesn't mean you have to be an idiot and let all those back who have done you wrong back into the fold. Because that is when,
because you know what, Molly, they haven't really atoned for anything.
They've never been held responsible for anything ever. Just a bunch of degenerates. Let's be honest. And Charles has really just because, like I said, just because you're sick, just because you have cancer doesn't mean that you're a fool and that you're an idiot and you can be taken advantage of. But what are Andrew and Fergie going to do? They're seeing this opportunity of Charles letting them in because he's sick as weakness, and they're going to use that to their benefit. The same thing that Harry and Meghan are doing.
It's called emotional manipulation, guys.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. And
Andrew, that's what narcissists and psychopaths do, the emotional manipulation.
It's like Andrew and Sarah are the original grifters, and Harry and Meghan are channeling those two because they are seeing what they are getting away with, and they're doing exactly the same thing. They're using their titles too. They're putting out books too. Other royals have done it. Sarah has been putting out books as Sarah, Duchess of York or whatever.
Yep. Oh, this one makes me laugh all the time.
No, you stay back there, bitch boy. I go first.
Away. Yep. I actually am going to send you one, Molly, that I found today when they went to Fiji, because I watched the whole thing by the Fiji government. They did videos. Oh my God. The things you can find there. Oh my God. I mean, this woman, she's pretty awful, guys. I mean, I kid you not. She's pretty awful. Let me show you. Listen to this one. Wait.
Also fully aware of the challenges of being able to afford this level of schooling for many people around the world, myself included. It was through scholarships, financial aid programs, and work study, where my earnings from a job on campus went directly towards my tuition, that I was able to attend university.
You mean my daddy paid?
I mean, Molly, I don't know what to tell you. And to me, it's shocking that this woman is allowed to continue.
You know what she is? Meghan is a tragedy vampire. She loves using tragedies and hardships to try and make herself seem like a victim and that she's overcome the hardships. But she's lying to everyone. Your father paid for everything. The same father that you are now ghosted, that you don't pay attention to, they don't listen to at all, that you have never, ever seen.
Oh, I haven't seen this one. So this is, I haven't seen this. Yeah. March. The thing is, I hardly ever go on X. Yeah, this is the one that we talked about, that they waited until to see whether it's true that Catherine announced that she had cancer to post this one.
Yeah. You know what? that trip to the hospital that Meghan took was done the day before Catherine's cancer announcement came out. So was Meghan tipped off that? I mean, I think you mentioned something about
Yeah.
them being told about it. So
Yep.
what, Meghan had to run to a hospital and read to cancer patients to make herself seem like she's some kind of saint before Kath. Like, do you not see the level of sickness this woman constantly is trying to always compete against Catherine?
Yeah. It's actually pretty sickening. If you, I mean, I really do think it's very sickening, to tell you the truth. I am.
Like, get your own personality. And she calls herself a global force for change. This is what I laugh at all the time. Meghan Markle calls herself the most empowering woman, and she's a global force for change. What the hell does that even mean? How are you a global force for change when nobody has ever heard of you? You don't do anything. And your bots are out of control right now, talking about how, oh, look, Meghan Markle went to the children's hospital and look at how pretty she looked. It's all about you.
It's so funny because, at the farm, the girls, they're 17, 20, and that work with me. And then and it's so funny because they're out in the guys, you've seen my farm because I've done little videos there, right? They're in the middle of nowhere in Central America. And one of them came to me and says, Did you hear Princesa Caterina? They call it Catherine in Spanish. Princesa
Mhm.
Catherine, she's got cancer. This is a Friday. I mean, they came in and they heard, and I said, but did you, and do you know who Meghan Markle is? And they go, no, who's that? But they know all about Princess Catherine and Princess Diana. They know everything.
Of course.
Queen.
Of course. Of
When I
course.
say the Queen, I don't mean Camilla. I mean Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
I hope you know that. I'm talking about what.
Nobody think about it. Meghan Markle thinks being a global influencer is someone who's popular in the United States. That's not global, right?
That's terrible. Yeah. No, but even that, I don't know why they're still attacking. You know that she's on the guest list for May
Mm-hmm.
for Invictus at the mass, right? The 10-year mass.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I even mentioned that she is supposed to make a speech there.
Yep.
I mean, and I'm just like, why? Why? She had nothing to do with Invictus. Could you imagine being a veteran who served in the military and you've lost a limb or you're partially paralyzed and you've got a girl who is known for giving blowjobs and getting banged up against an office filing cabinet in suits is standing on a stage and saying to you, I'm so proud of you. Like, why do I care that a blowjob princess is proud of me and my achievements? Like, go fist yourself. Are you kidding? I don't care that you're proud of me. I don't want your accolades or anything. They don't mean anything to me. Why do I care? I mean, I find it so disrespectful to the veterans. I'm so proud of you, of your achievements and your accomplishments and what you have done. And when I was a little girl and when me.
She's disgusting. She's disgusting. That's all I can tell you. She's disgusting. But anyways, we're gonna wrap up for now. Andrew's gonna be back next Wednesday because he had a lot of work, so he sends his apologies. And Megan Moll has given us 1 hour, so
I
go
have a
watch.
question before we go. Sorry.
Yeah.
I have a question. These photos that of Megan that were released in the hospital and stuff, do you think they were recent?
No.
Because if you look at her photos now, like we've seen her Ozempic face, right?
Unless they Photoshop the fuck out of it, because remember that she took her own crew.
I
She took her
know.
own photographers, and don't
Which-
forget that she tends. I don't know how they do it. They put so many filters. They fill her face up, and they don't call that out.
Because if you compare what she looked like at South by Southwest, and then compare what she looked like at the hospital, which was basically days within each other, I would like she doesn't. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, all the children are wearing masks because they're sick children, but that was the whole masking thing was during COVID and lockdown. Like usually the children that are in the sick center at the hospital, they're not all wearing masks.
Nope.
right? Like they're
No,
just
not all of them.
So
And
this is
they're
why, like, is she recycling these photos? Are they old? Are they from 2022 and she's releasing them 2 years later? Because she does look the same as what she did in the Netflix thing.
No, I know, but the thing is that she does so many filters, Molly.
And the thing is that she stockpiles so much too, right? She's always releasing photos you never know when she's being honest. The
No, but
footage
the thing is, look how Photoshop is, that her skin is so smooth and so blurry. That's the thing.
I know. I'm just being the fact that no one has pointed out her Photoshop edited photos and they're not making a stink about it either.
Because she took her own photographer, guys, and her
Yeah.
own crew, because she needed to control the images that were put out, and she didn't allow anybody to take images of her with cell phones.
I think this bitch needs to call her father. I mean, she can go and visit all of the hospitals and care centers she wants. But we saw the way you treated your father. We saw the way you treated your own sister who suffers from MS. I said in my last video that Megan could have really highlighted MS and Sam could have been her partner in bringing awareness to people who suffer from MS and how hard their life is. But she couldn't do that because she couldn't be the center of attention and it always had to be about her. And then
not only that, she could have also done something for heart attack and stroke.
Yeah, she could have and never did anything. She could have been respected. She calls herself a feminist, but she couldn't even respect the one greatest feminist we've ever had, being the queen. She couldn't even respect the queen. Like, I don't know, man. I think we should just start talking about the kids and stuff and just start.
I'll do more videos because now they're saying that she's pregnant again.
I don't believe that, man. Come on.
Well, I don't think she was ever pregnant, but now she's gonna have a third kid.
The only thing that would be pregnant is the back of her tonsils after swallowing. Gross.
Qué horror. So anyways, we're gonna go, but guys, please go subscribe to Molly. I'm gonna start doing videos and stuff about that.
Okay.
And I'll see you at the Royal Mess on Friday, guys.
Yeah, I'll be there on Friday.
Yeah, and give my love to your little man.
I will, for sure. Send more turtle pics. He loves those.
Oh, I'll send you more because I'm actually going there this weekend. I'm taking some of the people from the farm because we have, they go and do it in different beaches.
Yeah.
So we help them get to the ocean because, a lot of times they get picked up by birds and stuff. So we release them and get them on the ocean. So I'll take you I'll call you and I'll do it live so your little man can do it if you want. I'll tell you when I'm going to do it.
He loves those. Thank you.
Oh, okay, sweetie. Have a great day, beautiful people. Thanks for joining.
I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone. Bye. Thank you. And hit the like button, please.
Bye-bye, Bridget.
Bye.